Merlin 3D, a new dimension in network magic. CDP Neighbors. Hey everybody, my name is John Capobianco, and I did a little poll. I sort of have a blank palette today. I have free time and I have a new project. My PCert report went very well, and some of my other projects are going well. I've learned how to put them on the web, on the internet, more or less. And I was looking for something new to try today. So let's start with the whiteboard. And based on the survey I did, people would like to see neighbors. I think that's great. I think that's a really good idea. So what we're going to use is PyATS, and we're going to parse, not learn, we're going to parse the show CDP Neighbor Detail command against fake data. This is going to be a dummy switch, and I'll draw it down here in a minute. But I have gone and found some real CDP information details and put together a dummy JSON list that has an upstream router, some east-west switches, and some southbound devices. So in theory, this could be against a real device where we get back the JSON. I'm taking that JSON and running it through a Jinja2 template Pythonically to then make new JSON that is Blender friendly JSON. So what are we going to do with neighbors? Well, what I think we might do, or might be kind of fun, it's kind of like what we did with the skull. But let's go find a switch, because this represents kind of a collapsed core environment. I guess you could consider it that, where we have, this is both an access and an aggregation or a distribution in the campus speak switch with a core here, logically, a couple of switches here, say for different rooms in this floor. I called this one dev and this one lab, something like that. And then what we're going to have is several access ports. I don't know, I think I did like 5 phones. So if I could draw little phones, I think there's 5 or 6 of these. And then wireless access points. I think there's like 5 of these, right? CDP aware devices. Now I don't have any hosts on here, but we do have the phones and the APs and a couple of switches and why don't I draw it like this? Exactly like how we would want to see it. I have my switch, what's northbound, my routers, what's east and west, other switches, and what's south, phones and access points and anything with that's CDP aware. But let's put that into 3 dimensions. Now, I'm confident I can place objects and from my indexes and from my arrays, I'm pretty sure I can build this world. What I don't know how to do yet, what I'm going to investigate and try to learn and research as I go here, is how to dynamically connect these things. I think it'd be neat to have a tube or a pseudo wire, if you will, between all of these neighbors. And if I move a neighbor or drag it around, that tube flexes and moves. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. But that's what I'm going to try. So first, let's start with the data. Second, let's get the data just placed in the world. And then lastly, let's see if we can connect it all. That's sort of my development process for this series of videos. I do recommend you check out some of my other introductory videos. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can. But welcome to CDP Neighbors, 3-dimensional animated CDP Neighbors, using PyATS as the engine, the framework, and the libraries, built with what I call Merlin 3D, the Python and the Jinja2 templating that goes along with all of this JSON data and connecting these dots. So I'm going to stop here, and then we're going to move into the world of the code, and we'll continue on from there. Thanks very much.